Oh, in the past days, I've been playing a bit with Argo CD, and I would like to show you its really great features, actually, and how I see it currently. So let me quickly describe you what I have. Sharing my screen. Yep, that will be Argo CD, but before we go there, let's switch to here. So I have two local clusters, one running in local desktop. It's kind of a staging or back office cluster, and the other being a K3S cluster that I present here as a production cluster. In the production cluster, I don't want to install anything except my production code. As a result, I will install Argo CD on the staging cluster, and we'll deploy first my amazing Hello World app to staging, and then deploy the same app, let's say promote the same app to production. So before I get to this workflow, what did I do to set all of this up? I basically just followed the documentation of Argo CD. It was super simple. It was a really, really pleasant experience that everything just works. The whole product, Argo CD, I think is a great one. Clearly, it's 10th the size of GitLab, so it's much smaller product than GitLab is. But what it does really well, and I would like to learn from them and even borrow some ideas on our way to creating a great Kubernetes experience with GitLab. So I'm running two clusters here locally, and let's get started. For Argo CD, let's see the UI first because it's pretty self-descriptive. You can see I have two applications. Applications are what is the core, the main resource type, resource object in Argo CD. It is actually a deployment that you have defined to a specific cluster. As you can see here, I have Hello and Hello Prod. I will speak about the project at the end. So let's see the other parts here, healthy, and so the status is pretty clear, I think. Both applications deploy from the same repository. One uses development branch, the other uses the master branch. They use deployment path inside the repository, and the first deploys to my Docker desktop, while the other deploys to K3S in the default namespace. So already, just by looking at this, it's pretty insightful, I have to say, about the deployments. If I go into it, it shows you a bit more than what our current deploy boards do. And to me, this view is something similar to our deploy board, so I tried to contrast the two. Here I see exactly what was described in that deployment that I have deployed. There's one service, one deployment, and deployment has 2 pods. And I get into it and say that, yeah, currently we are running this image, which is V1. Actually, I'm going to change this to V2 later on during this demo. And you can get logs and events and whatever, but actually logs don't work for me. So for some reason, it might not have logs. So this is how it looks like. And you can configure everything through the UI or through a CLI or through Kubernetes manifests. And as we want to be configured everything through GitLab, I think the last one is the one that we want to do. So I'm going to show you my two. Yeah, let's start with the production YAML. So this is my production YAML. As you can see, it just describes the same things that I spoke about before, plus the sync policy, which is very simple here. The major difference between staging and production is the sync policy. For staging, I allow automated syncing, while for production, I want a manual action to sync something into production. I could do the same on the UI, and everything can be set up there as well, and so on. So that's what Argo CD is basically. I didn't set up any kind of webhooks, nothing. So Argo CD basically, I guess, pause GitLab for code changes. And let's see how an amazing version change looks like in Argo CD. I already created these images before, so I'm just going to deploy Um, yep, switching to V2. Here we go. And let's git push. Okay, and where are my pipelines? Oh, I want to have it this way because actually sometimes I have problems with my local laptop, so I have to restart the port forwarding. Now the question is, on which version am I at? It's still V1. Okay. So as I've already pushed everything, I will just refresh things here. Argo CD would pick it up sooner or later, but let's make it faster. What's going on? Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, we missed this again because of the port forwarding. Everything got synced already to V2. As you can see, the last commit message here, and the image is already V2 image. Sorry for that. We will be able to see how deployment works for the production version though, because there we will need manual syncing. So let's first find the other Firefox window. Here we go, and create a merge request. And merge it. Yeah. Come on. So here we go. So you can see we are out of sync. It's shown here as well, clearly that there's something going on. And I can learn a bit about it, like live manifest, desired manifest is already V2, while the live manifest, if I find the image somewhere, it would be V1. And I can sync it manually. It creates the pods and stops the pods. The result basically does blue-green deployments. And I guess we are done already, just, no, okay, we are done now. So this is Argo CD, and I really like the UI. I like how customizable is the small parts and the automatic tool discovery actually. So here I was using customize, but I didn't have to set up at all. By default, it would use vanilla Kubernetes manifest. And if it finds a customization YAML, it will use that. If it finds the values YAML, it will use Helm and so on. And I think this is just great. And if we want to really be production ready, then I would strongly argue for having Argo CD behind us, actually. So thank you very much for your attention. That was my review of